Good afternoon, Mr. Hall. My name's Josh and I'll be conducting a health check on your S80 today. To begin with, round at the near side front of the vehicle, this tyre is on 5.6mm at the lowest point. There's no cuts or gouges in the tyre. Coming round onto the brakes, the brake pads on the front are on 9mm, the discs are in good condition, and the suspension components and mounts on the near side front are all intact and operating as they should be. There's no excessive movement in any of the bushes or the mounts. Springs intact and the shock absorber is not leaking. Engine and gearbox are both very nice and dry, and coming across to the offside front suspension components and mounts, again everything's intact and operating as you'd expect it to. Round the offside front tyre, this tyre is on at 5.5mm at the lowest point, and again there's no cuts or gouges in the tyre. Onto the brake pads on the offside front are on 9mm and the discs are in good condition. Down the centre of the vehicle now, the exhaust is nice and secure, and there's no leaks down towards the rear axle. Rear axle components, such as spring, shock absorbers, bushes and mounts, are all intact and operating as they should be. There's no excessive movement in any of the bushes or the mounts on the rear, and this applies to both sides. Round onto the offside rear tyre now. The offside rear tyre is on 3.5mm at the lowest point. No cuts or gouges to the tyre though. And coming round into the brakes, the brake pads on the rear are on 4mm and the discs are slightly corroded. Coming over to the near side rear tyre is on 3.7mm at the lowest point. There's no cuts or gouges in the tyre. And coming round onto the brakes, brake pads on the rear finally are on 4mm at the lowest, 4mm on the rear, excuse me. And that concludes the vehicle health check. Only one thing to really alert you to, and that is that the rear brake pads are on 4mm. I would advise getting these changed before they hit the legal limit, which is 1.5mm. Thank you very much. I'll pass all the information I've found onto the service advisor and he'll be in touch. Hope you have a nice day.